Well, 99% of you in this room, I know, will not share or like this video after I'm done. For this 1% though that are in this room, please share and like this. But if you have a dog that likes peanut butter, then share and like this. These are the type of things you read every day on Facebook. And it's kind of silly. You think about people posting their cereal and what they ate in the morning and what they did in the morning as they took a dump. They want to post that on Facebook. But for something like this, my son, who just got a 517 out of 530, which is a test that determines how well you'll get placed in the top medical schools, he hit it out of the park. So I asked him, can I post this on Facebook? And my son, who's fiercely private, said, hell no, Dad. So that's why I'm speaking here today, because I want to share how amazing of an accomplishment this is. Think about this. He's in the top 5%. University of Arizona, 507. Mayo Clinic, 510. He now has a list of stretch schools that can get potentially Stanford, Columbia, some of these amazing colleges and medical schools. So I am just very, very proud of him, and I wanted to make sure that he gets his due credit. But it wasn't always easy for him. He's always been a little wired differently. As a child growing up, for me, I got my self-esteem and confidence through sports. And so not having a game book, I always kind of felt like with my first son, I'm going to put him in sports. That backfired miserably. I was this a-hole dad with a bucket of balls in the middle of a field, shagging balls to my son, waiting for him to pick it, just catch one. And I would just catch one. And I was physically showing my disappointment when he wouldn't catch the ball. And I still to this day feel guilty that I kind of try to make him something he wasn't. And yet, he realized that sports wasn't what he wanted to be. There was much more to life than hitting a ball or running. And so I realized that at a very young age too, that he was wired differently as well. And in school, he had these little things, little nuances. And I remember on a trip to go on to courtside, he loved picking up little rocks. And he just wouldn't let go of rocks. And he would give them to me and say, Dad, show me, look at this rock. It's so beautiful. Can we keep it? I'm like, no, it's a rock. Put it down, son. Put it down. But yet, I always loved his passion for life. And so I'd pick up all these rocks, and we're continuing to drive to San Diego from courtside, and I get pulled over by the police officer because my car is so low. The trunk is so low in the car. He goes, what's in the trunk, son? I open it up and I had literally boulders of rocks from all the rocks that he wanted to collect. So he had a little bit of OCD, and that was okay. But my other son, who's 6 years old at the time, had some tics that manifested just like that. It's just like a gene turned on. And he would be picking his toes, and he'd be in class and go, hit, hit. And as parents, you're fiercely protective of your kids. You're in a movie theater and you hear someone do that, you want to strangle them if they look back at you and give you a dirty look. So I love the way my oldest son was so compassionate toward my 6-year-old, because he was always there for him. He was a big brother. He protected him. And so when he started manifesting this at 10, I felt like, man, what have I done? Have I just contaminated him with these genes that my wife and I passed on? But yet, we went to some specialists, and he's been so responsive to medicine. And that is one of the things why I think he pursues medicine to this day, because he went to the right doctors, and they didn't pass judgment. They got him on clonidine, which is like a hypertensive medication, but it has the effects to alleviate the tics and the OCD behavior of Cymbalta, which he was also on. So this alleviated it, and he got his life back. His rituals started to go away. And yet then the passion was like a weight lifted off his shoulder. So now he was able to do so many more new things that he always wanted to do. He got into robotics. He got into all sorts of activities. I always said, if you're not going to be able to do sports, at least do something. And that something was archery. So he picked up things that he wanted to do. It was his interest. And so as these things culminated, I could just see how smart this guy was. And that's how the next journey of his life has begun. He's been able to become a leader in his college. He got a full ride scholarship to Bears Honors College. He started getting involved from day one. He knew what it would have to take to get a really good score at the MCAT. So he got involved in a medical program. He became a preceptor at the Mayo Clinic. He started becoming a big brother. And all these things are all from his initiative. I cannot take one bit of credit for the success that he's done in life. And so he's my hero. And I just want to take this time to share with you that this guy is going to be an amazing doctor. And when he gets into this program, the sky's the limit. Thank you.